Stock number 4 on the NNSCRA Mello Yello Racing Series brings us to Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's the running of the Motorcraft 300 as we're set for 33 laps of action on its 1.522 mile racetrack here. This is the old Atlanta layout, by the way, we're doing. As 41 V6 powered cars are getting ready to go. As here's the starting lineup for today's running event. On the pole, it is Cole Deaver in the GM Goodman Chevrolet, his second pole of the season. He'll be alongside the 72 car of John Andrews. He'll be alongside in row 2. Row 3 has Keith Batson in car number 1, the Baby Ruth Ford, and number 17, Rob Evans. Both of them carry in-car cameras in today's event. Third row will have car number 6, Levi McIntyre, and number 25, it is Phil Parker, who won the season at Rockingham. Next row down is Charles Samper, who nearly won Richmond in the Walt Tools Chevrolet, and he'll be alongside Quentin Moore in the Cheerwine Ford, car number 21. Fifth row is Ryan George in 36, the Cox Dry Treated Lumbers Pontiac, and Cat Batson in car 28, Texaco Haviland Ford. Next row down, Nathan Hudson in car 60, who nearly won at Daytona this season, the Winn-Dixie Ford. He'll be alongside the number 44 Slim Jim Chevrolet of Johnny Gardner, who has our third in-car camera in today's event. Next row down has Jacob Thibodeau in number 0, the Magic Skull Oldsmobile, and he'll be alongside car number 8, the TIC Financial Oldsmobile of Sebastian Kukulon. He sits alongside. Next row down has car number 4. It is William Brock in the Kodak Film Chevrolet, and he'll be alongside car 99. It is Jesse Turner in the Armor Food Lion Chevrolet. Next row down has number 55. It is Chloe Owen in the Luxair Heating and Air Conditioning Ford. She'll be flanked by car 38, Kev Shear in the red carpet lease Ford. He'll sit alongside. Next row down is Gene Sanford in the Pillsbury Hungry Jack Buick, car number 34. She'll be alongside number 45, Molly Black Gold Chevrolet. It is Joshua Michael sitting alongside. Next row down is Jackson Haywood in car 01, the Carolina Ford Dealers Ford. He'll be alongside car 46. It is Paul Minnick in the Polaroid Chevrolet. If you remember, this is the car, by the way, that Shauna Robinson won the pole with at this track in 1994. And of course, we all know how that story came out. Next row down has Dylan Young in car 2, the DuPont Automotive Finishes Chevrolet. He'll be alongside car 27, Carter Friesen in the Gwaltney Big 8s Chevrolet. Next row down has Emmanuel Harden in number 5, the Innkeeper Buick. He'll be alongside car 40. It is Julius Sanderson in the Purex Style Ford. Next row down has Mitchell Collins in car 48, the Staff America Oldsmobile in car 87, James Henry in the Texas Pete Sauces Chevrolet. Next row down is Jacob Sturgeon in the Food Country Oldsmobile, car 75, and the Boweser Ford, car number 11. The Boweser Ford, car number 11 of Jessica Shelton. She won the season at Daytona in the Goodies 300. Next row down has Austin Colano in car number 9, the FDP Brakes Chevrolet. He'll be alongside Seth Cole in the number 32 Nestle Crunch Pontiac. Next row down, Kyle Matthews in the AC Delco Chevrolet, car number 52. He'll be alongside car 15. It is another AC Delco Chevrolet. It is Justin Dearborn driving the car. Next row down has car 31. It is Carson Gum in the Channel Lock Tools Oldsmobile. He'll be alongside car number 03, the Delco Voyager Chevrolet of Arthur Xavier. Next row down has car number 63, Joshua Osborne in an Escapade ST Pontiac. And number 7, it is Dustin Bolin in the Skull Bandit Buick. Next row down has Ryan Brommer in 59, the Alliance Truck Parts Oldsmobile. He'll be alongside car 92. It is Nathan Ormond in the Stanley Tools Chevrolet. And starting shotgun field will be Jeremiah Dwayne in car number 20, the First Aid Sports Drinks Chevrolet. The First Aid Sports Drinks Oldsmobile, excuse me. We should also mention too, Cole Deaver was the winner of the race at Richmond, the last race on the tour. That would be he is on the pole looking for his second victory of the season, and he would like to do it here because it is one of his home tracks, Atlanta Motor Speedway. He is a native of Georgia, and in fact, actually just on the Georgia-Florida line, really, because his home track's more or less in Daytona instead of Atlanta. But you get what I mean. And he has won here in the Casual GTX Cup Series before. Here goes the command to fire him up.
Drivers, start your engines.
Engines fired up here today for the running of the Motorcraft 300 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. There are several Fords in the field, though, 9 of them to be exact. So you know the Ford execs would like to have a a Ford win this race. Since Motorcraft is part of a Ford division, really, of cars. Even though they don't have a car sponsor for this race, even though they don't have a sponsor's car for the race. Anyway, in-car cameras, as we mentioned before, are going to be carried by Rob Evans, Keith Batson, and Johnny Gardner. Those three will be carrying our cameras today. 2 Chevrolets and a Ford. We've had 3 winners in the first races so far. Jessica Shelton, we mentioned, won Daytona. The debacle that was Rockingham was won by Phil Parker, and the winner at Richmond was Cole Deaver in a much more calmer race than it was at Rockingham. Let's hope Atlanta becomes more of the same here today as it was at Richmond or Daytona. So that as the field comes down for third and fourth turns, a very fast racetrack. Pole speed for this event, 175 miles per hour. They will go faster than that in the draft. You usually don't hear draft racing on the mile-and-a-half racetrack, though, as you would at Daytona or Talladega. As the field rounds off the fourth turn, 33 laps of action here today as the green flag flies, and we are underway here in the Motorcraft 300. '41 V6 engines roar to life here at this racetrack here. As Deaver leads the race here, Keith Batson goes to second position, Levi McIntyre to third, Charles Sammer trying to go for fourth position now in car number 1. They'll round off turn number 4. Deaver pulls ahead at this moment, and he'll lead the first lap of this event. Inside Keith Batson's cars, he goes behind Deaver as they come up on the start-finish line. And the yellow flag flies for the first time here today as we are as you ride with Batson here as he pulls up behind Deaver's car. And whoa, careful there, guys. That's Rob Evans and Quentin Moore getting darn close to each other here. Evans was 5th across the start-finish line, and Moore was running, I think, in 8th. Well, tell me, do not wreck, guys. Don't do it. There we go. So, there's I think Seth Cole, I think, is the cause of the first caution flag of the day here at this track here. As she saw him in the 32 car. Check and see what happened to cause the first caution flag of the day here. Seth. He and Carson Gum got together in the 31 and 32 machines here. Happening on the second lap of the race here, Carson Gum, I think, got a tap. I don't know. No, he got into Seth Cole's car. I thought for a second Carson might have got a tap from Joshua Osborne in 63, but turned out he got into Seth Cole and they got together. And in the third turn, while they go, a little bit of damage to both the Channel Lock Oldsmobile and the Nestle Crunch Pontiac. So the that's the cause of the first caution flag of the day here. Carter Friesen on the pit road as well in the 27 machine for an unscheduled stop here. Seth Cole coming back out on the racetrack, 55 miles an hour on pit road here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, as they repair the damage on the Nestle Crunch Pontiac. And Cole Deaver's on the apron of the track here. Don't tell me he's got problems on his car. Comes back down to the flat here as he'll. Yep, and Cole Deaver's going to come on the pit road. So apparently Deaver has got problems with his GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, the man who won down at Richmond earlier this season. And that will hand the lead to Keith Batson in car number 1, the Baby Ruth Ford. And you see the, Bieber coming in for a 2-tire pit stop here, and down the way he goes. Luckily for him, by being the pole sitter, he has the first pit stall. Carter Friesen's still on pit road. So set the field up for you here. Keith Batson leads the race. Second position is Charles Samper now. Third is Levi McIntyre. Fourth is Rob Evans. Fifth right now is Quentin Moore. John Andrews runs sixth position right now. Seventh is Phil Parker. Eighth is Ryan George. Ninth is Nathan Hudson. And Cat Batson runs 10th position. 11th is Jacob Thibodeau in the 0 car. William Brock runs 12th. 13th is James Sammer. 14th is Johnny Gardner. 15th is Jackson Haywood. 16th, Dylan Young. 17th is Sebastian Kukulon. 18th is Emmanuel Hartnett. 19th is Chloe Yowen. And 20th right now is Paul Minnick. That's how they run at the moment here. At the moment here at Bristol, here at Atlanta. Where are we, Qualls? So Carson Gunn, the only car out of the race here because of a crash, so he will be the 41st finisher in today's event, and there are still 39 cars on the lead lap. So Cole Bieber, like I said, just coming in for a 2-tire stop, getting some fresh tires here, obviously. Wide diversity of car manufacturers in the top 10 positions here, in the top 10 spots here. You got Ford in first, and a Chevy in second, and then you got Ford's running right now first and ninth. First, ninth, and 10th at the moment. Chevrolet's running second, fourth. Chevrolet's running second and fourth. Buick's right now running third. You got the lone Buick in third position, and then you got an Oldsmobile running in the 7th position, and a Pontiac running in 8th. So that's how the field is right now. Green flag flags are backing away on that number 7 here at Atlanta. Inside Johnny Gardner's car number 44. Charles Sammer now goes from side to side. You see him right there in front, taking the lead away from Keith Batson as he comes off the second turn. Still inside Johnny's car right now, in the car number 44, running right behind the 0 car of Jacob Thibodeau and the 4 car of William Brock. Now Rob Evans brings the number 17 car to the lead right now in the Western Auto AC Delco Chevrolet. Phil Parker looking low on the 6 car of Levi McIntyre. That's for second place. Nathan Hudson up there trying to get by Charles Samper in 08. And there's the man who led the first couple laps after the restart here. That is Keith Batson. Restarted his race in the lead. Now he's back to 5th position, but now moving his way back up in the field now in the Baby Ruth Ford. Trying to do what Jeff Gordon did with this car in the spring of '92 at Atlanta, and that was win the race. And in fact, that was Gordon's first ever Winston Cup victory, or not Winston Cup, but Busch Grand National victory, excuse me. Phil Parker takes the lead now, number 25. Here comes Ryan George to the low side. Samper and Quentin Moore both stuck up to the high side now in the 08 and 21 cars. Gardner looks low. Jean Saber, that's Charles' sister, by the way. She's moved her way to the field. She's now at the 13th position in the 34 Hungry Jack Buick. Jackson Haywood is the caboose in this train, but now you got the second pack of cars closing up, being led by the 08, being led by the 8 car, excuse me, it's Sebastian Kukalon. Now he'll pull up to the back of the 01 car. He brings Dylan Young with him in number 2. And now they come off turn number 4 here. Here's a battle right there as Chloe Owen getting overhauled by the 48 car of Mitchell Collins and the 52 car of Kyle Matthews. Matthews' best finish in the Ken Schrader cars here, a second this season. That came at Rockingham in that botched up race over there. Of course, Matthews is a big fan of course, Matthews' favorite old school racers. Of course, he has 3 of them: Jeff Gordon, Terry Labonte, and Ken Schrader. That's the 3 he liked out of the back in the day, and also like Kyle Petty as well. And according to Kyle, the AC Delco scheme is one of his favorite Ken Schrader paint schemes, if not the favorite one of the bunch. He right now runs 22nd with that car at the moment. Here, as Julius Anderson looks low in the 40 car, and Austin Clement almost been at 3 wide in the number 9 car. Oh, and Anderson had to back it off, come off turn number 4. Apparently, car got a little bit tight. Nathan Hudson, meanwhile, is taking the lead in number 60 here, as you see Colano and Anderson getting by the 38 car of Kev Shearer, and now you got another pack of cars right there. The three wide back there. There they are. 75 car of Jacob Sturgeon. There's Emmanuel Hartnett. 87 car of James Henry in there. Joshua Osborne and Jessica Shelton now side by side, the 63 and the 11. And now Kev Shear's following the clutches of both Hartnett and Shelton as they come through turns 1 and 2. And then you got 59 card, that is Ryan Brommer. Cole Deaver's not made much headway after making an unscheduled pit stop there. He is in the black number 3, the man who led the first few laps of this race from the pole. Now he looks low on the track here, gets by Shelton in number 11 as now she's hung up on the track. And Shelton, as we know, has a love-hate relationship with Atlanta. Mainly hate in some ways. She's only won twice on this track. That came in and won a Kyle Matthews' Dr. Pepper Cup Series races when she had the Davey Allison cars, and she also won with the Elliott cars in the Castrol GTX Cup Series in season 22. Or not, season 23, excuse me, it was 23. She almost won 22, however. But she got passed with it about a couple laps ago in that race, and then she got revenged back in season 23 and won the race in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. So she finally... So Atlanta's one of the tracks she's crossed off her bucket list of tracks she wants to win. She still wants to win Indianapolis, still wants to win Indianapolis, Talladega, and Daytona. Well, she technically does have Daytona crossed off her bucket list, and in my series at least, because she did win the Goodies 300 on that track. Justin Dearborn and Dustin Bolin hooked up in the back there. There's Seth Cole in the number 32 car. He's still on the tail end of the field. Meantime, back up front, it is the Batsons. Cat in the lead, Keith in second now in the 28 and the 1 cars. A pair of Fords here, one a Davey Allison car and one a Jeff Gordon Busch Grand National car. Batson went slow on the track here, come off turn number 4 as he goes to turn number 1. And Batson will take the lead, but here comes back as Keith tries to take the lead. Cat flies back on the outside of the track here. Watching from the in-car camera up to about 177, 178, 179 miles on turn number 3. That's off about 164, 165 in the middle of 3 and 4. Now he comes off turn number 4, gets a drag off the Seth Cole car. And Seth is about to be put a lap down here by the leaders. 13 laps to go here at Atlanta, by the way. 20 laps are in the books. And now now that lap car's bunched everyone up here. Here comes number 4, William Brock to the low side in the Kodak Film Chevy. And he gets hung up behind Seth Cole, and Keith Batson will keep the lead, or lucky break for that number 1 team. And so Brock will now go to second position. Third is now Rob Evans in the 17 car. Phil Parker up to 4th, and Gene Samper now goes by for 5th position as she's gotten by Nathan Hudson. And give a call to the 72 team. That is John Andrews. There he is in the Detroit Gasket Oldsmobile. Andrews started outside pole, qualified very well in this race, qualified outside pole in second position, only the Cole Deaver. There's a pair of red cars here, the 72 Oldsmobile and a 34 Buick. And it's not the year models, by the way. These are both 1992 model cars. Well, actually, the 72 car is a 92, the 34 is a 91 Buick, driven in 1992. So there you go. In the turn number 3 they come. Here comes Levi McIntyre. He's not out of this mix yet in the number 6 machine as he looks low on the track here. Gets by Gene Sanford. As for how our brother Charles, and of course our brother Charles has now dropped back to 15th position. Unfortunately for him, in the 08 machine. the man who was challenging for the lead earlier in the race has now been dropped back just a little bit as we're now down to 9 laps to go. Keith Batson trying to hold them all off in the number 1 machine. But here comes Phil Parker. He wants that second victory of the season here. Trying to become the first driver to go 2 wins this season in that 25 car. 72 car. John Andrews trying to go to the 3rd position. Now here comes Batson at the high side. Does he lead this lap? Yes, he does, by just about a fender length over Phil Parker. And Kyle Matthews has come down pit road in a 52 car. Carter Friesen still sitting on pit road, by the way. There is Matthews in the AC Delco Chevy trying to come out of... Oh! That was close between him and Kev Shearer. So Matthews has now fallen a lap down now, and actually made that 5 laps down now. So I don't know what... So Matthews unfortunately having some sort of mechanical failure on the 52 car that forced him on the pit road for a few laps. But he'll still stay on the track here, hoping for the best as they come off turn number 4 now. They're coming down for 7 laps to go, I think it is. Nope, 6 to go. Phil Parker out in front. Here comes Levi McIntyre and William Brock with 6 in the 4 cars. Oldsmobile leads a Buick in second position. As an 87 Buick, by the way, that McIntyre is driving. That was driven in 1990. That's one of those 87 Buick LeSabre body styles that he's driving. But like I said, was actually used in 1990 with that number 6 Rose's department store paint scheme that Tommy Houston drove. But McIntyre trying to go for second position there as he tries for his first victory of the season. Here comes number 4. That is William Brock, Kodak Film Chevy. Parker trying to hold him off for his second victory of the season. He won that, as we said, that lull fest at Rockingham. And he would like to win one decisively here in Atlanta, that is for sure. But he's still got 4 laps to try to hold them all off as he comes through turns 3 and 4, or turns 1 and 2, excuse me. And here comes William Brock to the low side in car number 4. He's going to try to get the push from Keith Batson in the number 1 car, John Andrews. And John Andrews doing a really good job keeping that car on the high side and keeping this position where he's at right now. Andrews up to earning in 4th position at the moment. He had 3rd. He kept 3rd for quite a while on that high side. That proves the high side is kind of coming on its own here in Atlanta, though really to no avail to any of the drivers, but still. The outside lane proves to be drivable as well. So Brock up to 3rd, Batson up to 4th, and Hudson now running in 5th. And here comes Quentin Moore for 6th place. We're now down to 2 laps to go here in the Motorcraft 300. Here comes McIntyre to the low side of Bill Parker for the lead. Who's going to win this race here? Will it be the 25, or will it be the 6, or will it be the 4? Will it be any of them in the back? McIntyre, I thought, had a good enough run to try to take the lead from Parker, but no dice at the moment as they go through 3rd and 4th turns now. They'll come out the 4th turn. They'll see the white flag, 1 to go for the Crown Petroleum Fast Fair Oldsmobile of Bill Parker. But can McIntyre get a run? He goes to the low side again on Parker for the lead. They'll go through turns. They'll come off turn number 2. McIntyre pulls back once again as they come off the 2nd turn. He's got the draft off the 4 car of William Brock as they go in the 3rd turn. I don't think he's got. I don't know if he's got enough to make a run at it for the win. And in fact, he will not do so. Off to number 4 they come. McIntyre makes one big push here for the line. He comes to the inside of Parker, but it is still Parker winning the Motorcraft 300 here in Atlanta. So Phil Parker finally wins one decisively this season after the botched up win at Rockingham, but it's a win nonetheless. So 2 this season for Phil Parker. McIntyre, if he'd have made a run in the 3rd turn, though, he would have gotten Parker for sure. But Levi does come home in 2nd place. Does come home 2nd here in today's event. 3rd will go to William Brock. 4th to Keith Batson. Nathan Hudson 5th. Quentin Moore will finish 6th. 7th position will go to Rob Evans. 8th, matching his car number, will be Sebastian Kukulon. 9th will go to the 72 of John Anderson. And 10th will go to Gene Sanford. Average speed 144, 615 is the average speed in today's event. So Forrests are in the books here in the season, as we'll go to Darlington next on the tour for the running of the Dodge Challenger 200 in that event. As the rest of the finishing order for today's event will be as follows. Jacob Thibodeau will come home in 11th. Paul Minnick will finish 12th. 13th will go to Johnny Gardner. 14th will go to Mitchell Collins. A good move up from where he ran most of the race here. Joshua Osborne moves up to finish 15th. 16th will go to Charles Sanford. 17th will go to Jackson Haywood. Cole Deaver, after after falling in the back after an unscheduled stop in the first caution flag, will end up finishing 18th in this race here, but it could have been a whole lot better could have been worse for Deaver, I will say that for sure, but yet could have been better. Ryan George 19th, Jesse Turner will finish 20th. 21st will be Julius Anderson. Dylan Young 22nd, Jessica Shelton 23rd. 24th will go to Jeremiah Dwayne. 25th will be Emmanuel Hartnett. Ryan Brommer 26th. 27th will go to Jacob Sturgeon. James Henry 28th. 29th Justin Dearborn. Dustin Bowen will come home 30th. Nathan Orman 31st. Then Arthur Xavier, Chloe Owen, Kev Shearer, Joshua Michaels, Cat Batson, and Austin Colano was the last car on the lead lap. Seth Cole can come home 38th in this race here today. Kyle Matthews 6 laps down in 39th. And Carter Friesen, well, he might as well have been out of the race. He was 31 laps down in 40th in today's event. So some internal problem on the number 27 Gwaltney Big 8 Chevrolet. And Carson Gunn was the only car out of the race after a tangle up with him and Seth Cole on the second lap to bring out the first caution. So that will do it here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Congratulations again to Phil Parker, the winner of the Motorcraft 300, as he takes the Fast Fair Crown Petroleum Oldsmobile to victory lane here today. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got NRSS gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA sets goals desires for his channel, and we also got some NR online videos as well. And be sure to check out our other offline series, including the Pedigree Xfinity Series, the Duracell Cup Series, the Moments for All Pro Series, and on Thrashmania 899's channel, the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series. Be sure to check those series out, and also check out this channel out as well. And you will not regret doing either one. So that will do it here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Here for now, this is James Walls, in production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best. We will see you at Darlington.